This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
Today's episode is a First Time Files, where we go back and reminisce on one of our firsts. One of
our first lifestyle experiences. This is only the second one of these that we've ever done.
And it's not like our first experience ever. It's just our first time experiencing XYZ.
Yeah. So
in the
it could,
lifestyle.
yeah. So like literally, maybe it'll be like a first lifestyle vacation, or a first lifestyle cruise, or a first XYZ, like Bella said. But this one actually is our first full swap, our first experience, and we're gonna go back, just reminisce on that, talk about like how we were feeling, talk about things that have changed, talk about things that maybe we would have done differently, knowing, and just the overall story. And I think they're really fun. I have so much fun reliving them and then kind of being able to do this. So,
and we're not doing it super in detail of the play-by-play. If you do want to listen to that, we'll have it linked in the show notes. It's our very first episode ever. It's actually still to this day one of our most popular episodes that people listen to, which is crazy because that was 5 years ago. We started that in 2020. We started the podcast in 2020. That experience happened in 2014. So this happened a long time ago.
this podcast wouldn't exist if it wasn't for this story.
experience.
Our livelihood would everything is different because of this story.
This kind of changed the trajectory of our entire life now.
Yeah. We're literally sitting on this bed recording this podcast, doing this right now because of this story.
It's pretty full circle, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get emotional. Thinking, oh.
It really is. It's I'm very excited to record this one. And so we're not gonna go into the whole story of like how we even started thinking about a lifestyle, because that's just a really long story. So I think where we should pick the story up is me and Bella had never had any experiences. We were open to the idea of having experiences. You had kissed a couple guys and I think one girl or something at this point.
And that was all at spring break, like during spring break over one weekend.
Yeah.
So.
And if you guys do want to hear that full story time, I would listen to that first podcast. But we're going to pick up a car in California and we were taking it back we lived in Oklahoma at the time. It was the summer and we had 1 year left before we graduated college. We went to California to pick up a car and we were driving it back we were living in Oklahoma at the time. We were driving it back to Oklahoma and we thought, hey, we should stop in Vegas for a couple days and just do a nice little fun trip. At this point, so we had talked about the idea of swapping with another couple sounded fun. We didn't know what swingers were. We didn't know what the lifestyle was. We don't know how you find it. We knew nothing.
And we were 22 years old.
22 years old.
We were very young.
Freshly 22. We'd only been 22 for a couple months. And we had said, wow, if somehow having sex with another couple falls on our lap, we think we'd be open to that. Which is a wild sentence to say, but that's kind of where we were.
I think wilder things have been thought of in college. Usually college is a time for you to experiment and
But I guess
stuff,
the fact that it actually does end up falling in our lap, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, because we really weren't planning on it or anything. Mm-mm. We were just open to the idea of it. You know how we always talk about your fantasies and desires and come up with these hypothetical situations and hypothetical experiences that may happen. Would you be okay with it? Does that sound hot to you? Those were the kind of things that we were thinking of. And we had no idea how to meet people at this point. The internet did not have all of the information that is out there now. There's so much more information now. And the information that we put out for you guys, this is the stuff that we wish we would have had. We didn't have any of this, okay? We had to learn this by experience.
Trial and
life
error.
Experience. Because we didn't know where to find people, what to do, or anything like that, other than having our boundaries set. We the two places we thought crazy stuff would happen was spring break in Vegas. So that's why we did spring break. We kissed some people, or well, I kissed some people, and then we went to Vegas. So that was kind of not the plan, but we did decide to go to a topless pool in Vegas, and we were like, maybe we'll meet somebody there.
Yeah, and that was Venus Pool at Caesars.
Yeah, they don't have it
That
anymore.
pool doesn't exist anymore. So
Well, does the pool not exist, or just the topless part of the pool doesn't exist?
I bet it's one of the topless.
Yeah,
part
like I think the
doesn't
pool's still
exist
there
anymore.
now. The only topless pool, I think, or maybe there's only one of two. I know Maria is one of them.
There's like
And-
4, I think. There's just not as many as there used to
Yeah.
be. And so we decided to go to this topless pool. And at this point, we were so nervous. We also went, it was like probably, I don't know what day of the week it was. It was maybe like a Thursday or something in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And there was probably 10 to 15 people at this pool.
Yeah.
Maybe. And there was nobody topless.
One woman ended up getting
Later, but when
topless
we
a little
got
bit
there-
later. Yeah.
When we got there, no one was topless.
And I really, really wanted to be topless. We grew up very sheltered. We grew up, because we started dating when we were 15 years old. We've experienced every single thing together. We literally did not drink alcohol until we turned 21. We were very sheltered. We were very like by the book. We almost didn't even have sex until we got married, but then we've been together for like 7 years. But like when you're together when you're 15, like we didn't have sex even until we were 18.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 years or
Yeah.
something.
So that's the kind of upbringing that we had, right? So me getting topless in this pool was a huge feat. I was like, what am I going to do? Nobody else is here. I thought maybe everybody was going to be topless and there was going to be a lot of people there. And I thought it would be a lot easier, but since there really wasn't anybody, it took me almost an hour to get the nerve to do this. And we were talking about it the whole time. And then we almost left. We were about to leave,
Yeah,
too.
because you said, hey, well, you had got topless, though.
I did get topless.
You had got
after,
topless,
like,
and we had stayed for like 30 minutes, and that was fun, and it was like a big step, right? Like
Yeah.
that was a big step to be the first public nudity. I mean, it was in an area that was allowed, but still, it was different. And Bella was like, hey, I think we can go ahead and head out. I was like, you know what? Let's say like 30 more minutes. Let's just stay 30 more minutes. I don't know why, but I just felt it. I just felt we should stay 30 more minutes. And then this couple comes in, looks to be probably about our age, and this girl gets topless.
Well, she's been topless. She was the only one that was topless because she was topless before me. I saw her topless, and that's why I was like, okay, well, she's topless, so I can do it. And then I still so clearly remember her on top of his back. They were in the pool, and she was kind of riding on his back, and then they kind of come over to us because we're sitting not in the corner, but definitely by the edge
By the
of
edge.
the pool. By ourselves. And they've been there for a while too. And so she comes over and she's like, I just wanted to congratulate you on being the only other woman topless here. And we just hit it off
Yeah.
from there.
And it turns out we had a lot of things in common. Like they were each other's like first dating each other, and we were in school for similar things. We were around the same age, and I don't remember how it got brought up, but they had talked about a swingers club. We had talked about a swingers club. I didn't really know what that was, but like you kind of have heard about swingers, right? You're like, I don't know what that is. Like, is that what that is?
And that club was the green door or the red door?
red
And I
door.
believe it's still there.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, we've never been. This is just from what we've heard. Like, it's just what you imagine a swingers club to be, like what a vanilla person would imagine a swingers club to be. And it's just kind of, I don't know, maybe not great. But I still want to go sometime,
Yeah.
but we still haven't been.
But we talked about that, and we had told them, we're like, well, we don't really know about that, but we did. And there was this thing, and you can still do it, but you can get on guest list in Las Vegas to go to clubs for free, to go to pools for free, to go to music, all this kind of different stuff for free. Me and you, there's a strip club there, and at least at the time, it was like, I want to say the biggest strip club in North America or something. I think it was called Sapphire. I can't remember
Yeah.
for sure, but me and you were like, well, we're actually going to Sapphire Night because we had decided, like, this is going to be a crazy. We're going to go to the topless pool. We're going to go to the strip club. I don't think we'd ever been to a strip club.
No.
No, I think that was our first strip club ever.
Yeah, I mean, we were 22. Oh, wait, no, you can go to strip clubs when you're 18.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So we had told them, and we're like, hey, it's actually pretty cool because they said they're going to send someone to pick us up. And we invited them. We got their phone number, and we invited them to come to the strip club with us. And we left the pool, and we were like, I mean, we didn't think we were going to, like, have sex with people. It was like, this is just a fun friendship, and, like, it's, I don't know, it just feels different. And there's a cheesecake factory in Caesar's Palace. So me and you, we go get ready, and we have this dinner, and we sat at Cheesecake Factory, and we've been back to this Cheesecake Factory a couple times since then.
Yeah, recently.
Actually,
In
for a swinger wedding.
Yeah, that also felt
which
very
felt
full
really
circle.
full circle.
Yeah.
But we were sitting there, and we're like, I don't know if that would happen, but, like, if this couple wanted to have sex and we did, like, swapping partners or something, would we want to do that? And we were both like, I mean, yeah, but it was all the same thing we talked about. We had the rules, we had the boundaries, we love each other. This is something fun that we think would be exciting, but if we end up not liking it, then we move on, and we had the experience, and we stay because we know that we have each other. We know we have everything already, and if somehow this happened, we're both open to it.
You know what? I don't think that what would we have done if it was in the middle and we didn't like what was going on right then? I think what we said was, hey, if we feel wrong or anything feels weird, we're just going to stop it at that point.
Yeah,
right then. Like, we're not going to keep going. And, but I don't, like, we didn't really think that was going to happen.
No.
For some reason.
We didn't know what was going to happen. Because it was so hypothetical, right? It's not
Right,
even like you're at a
that's true,
lifestyle
yeah.
club. It's not even like you met a lifestyle couple that, like, also, like, we hadn't talked about swapping. We literally said, we're going to a
we
strip
hadn't
club.
talked about swapping with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, we didn't really know. Like, it was more like, we're going to hang out and go to a strip club together. So, it turns out that they were in town visiting some friends. And they couldn't go to the strip club. But they said that they could come over and hang out in our room for a little bit before we went to the strip club.
And so they came to our room, and we were at Treasure Island. No, sorry. Yeah, we were. No, where were we?
We might have been at Caesar's. Because we got into that pool for free, because I think we were staying at that.
Oh, we probably did that on purpose.
Yeah, I think that we stayed at that pool on purpose. It was like a weekday, so it wasn't crazy expensive or anything to stay there. So we got like 2 nights.
And it was a nice room because we had the bed, and then there was like a little section towards the left of the bed that you had to walk down a little bit, and then there was a little couch or something.
Yeah, I think it was Caesar's, but regardless.
Yeah. Anyway, so the reason I said Treasure Island is going to come in a second. So they come to our room, and we are hanging out, and we're drinking some, and me and her are making out, and we're talking, and we're having a lot of fun. We're basically just pre-gaming together, and
You guys took your clothes off? Like, you guys took your dresses off? And me and him were like, what the fuck is happening? I'd seen you kind of kiss a girl a little bit before. Like, I'd never seen you guys take each other. I was like, this is the craziest thing of all time. What's happening?
And I think they felt the same way too, because we were all, I cannot believe that we met each other, that we were same ages, going to school for the same thing, but only been together with our own partners, and then experiencing this together. It felt, but even now looking back, I'm like, how did that all happen so perfectly?
It sounds written.
It really does.
It feels
It's like,
written.
And this is not a couple that we met online that we knew was like wanted to try swinger shit. Like,
Even the meet cute of, I wanted to congratulate you on being topless. Like, even that, like, feels
that is cute.
written.
It does. So anyways, yeah, we're kissing, but we're not.
You and her.
Yeah, just me and her. We didn't do anything with our like other partners. I don't even think I kissed you.
No, me and
Yeah.
him watched you guys. Like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
And at this point, we're like, oh my gosh, but we're having so much fun, and we don't want it to end. But we had to go to the strip club, and then we had to go to the strip
they had to
club.
go see their friends.
Yeah, and they had to go meet
They
their
were
friends.
going to that thing.
The stratosphere thingy.
Whatever,
right?
like, it's like the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I think it's a
something
Ferris
like
wheel.
that.
They had to leave, so they had like a time they had to be there.
So we decide that we're going to get a hotel room together and split the hotel room, the four of us, for the next night. And remember what I'm saying here. I'm like tipsy at this point. We're pre-gaming together, and I booked this room for us, and
Also,
we're gonna split it.
We had like so little money, any of
Yes.
us. We said we can each do $50 and get a $100 hotel, which at the time could get you a room in Vegas.
Yeah, back in 2014.
It could get you a room in Vegas, $50 each. And we're like, this is all we can do one night. That's
Yeah,
all we
one
have.
night.
One night.
And it was at Treasure Island. I was able to book it, and this is what we'd had no idea until afterwards, like after like the next day or the day after. This was the same time as EDC Vegas. And we didn't know what raving was. I had no idea what EDC was
Yeah,
at
what's
the
EDC?
time.
That's for anyone who doesn't know.
EDC is Electric Daisy Carnival, and it's the huge music festival that happens. And they have one in Orlando now too. I don't know if they had one in Orlando at that time, but in Vegas, it was like it's still like one of the really biggest EDM festivals in the US, okay? So we had no idea that this was going on. How did we book a room at Treasure Island the next day for $100? I have no idea. So,
But we did.
but yeah, well,
we tried.
So I booked the room, confirmation, whatever, like it goes through, right? So then we have to part ways, and they said that they were actually going to come back to our room to hang out more after they hung out with their friends. So they leave, we're like buzzing from the experience so far, and we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're gonna come back, like I wonder what's gonna happen. And then we go to the strip club. The strip club sends us this party bus because you can get on these guest lists, and you can still get on these guest lists even like to this day to go to pool parties or clubs and stuff and strip clubs. So we get on this guest list, and they send us a car, and we're the only two, and they send a party bus. And this is the first time we've ever been to a strip club. We're like, is this normal? I was like, I feel kind of bad. There's like nobody else. They probably thought there was going to be a big group of it. So literally just Jase.
But we didn't know.
Yeah, we had
like,
no
we
idea.
didn't know. And it was like, well, it was just like you sign up for this club and you
We
go
get
to
a
the club for
car.
free and they send you a car. And we were like, okay. Like, I mean,
And like Uber and stuff, I don't even think was.
it might have been starting, but I mean, it
Yeah.
still would have taken a cab. So I was like, this
Yeah.
seems like a great deal. We have no money. We're in college. Like, I didn't ask them. Like, they just said they were going to send you. And then I thought that was just normal or something. I literally was like,
Yeah.
maybe this is just what strip clubs do. Like, they bring you there. I don't know.
I think they still actually do that because we just went to a strip club in Vegas in September, and
When
they
you
sent
have
a car.
groups.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I bet that they thought it was a group, and it was just you and me. We're like 22 years old, and Jase is like dressed up, okay? Because we have no idea what to wear to these things, which is so funny now because the most recent time that we went to the strip club, Jase was in a tank top.
It was nice fitting.
Yeah, it was
looked nice.
It was like imagine like Pedro Pascal's outfit for I can't remember what event it was, but he had the black nice tank top with the
Like
nice
dress pants, yeah.
yeah, like he looked really nice. And we weren't planning on going. We didn't know we were going to the strip club, and he wore that to Topgolf. Anyway, so then we ended up going to the strip club after, and then Jace had to wear my like wrap on top of it because they wanted
wouldn't let
him
me
to.
in the strip club. I got dress coded at a strip club.
So he had to wear my like bolero the whole
was
time this
stupid.
time. Anyways, but this back in 2014 when we were going to strip club the first time, he was like dressed up. Like you had a vest, you had a tie, you had like long sleeves,
That was an
dress
idiot.
pants. You look really
That's-
nice. Some people still actually dress like that to the strip
No,
club.
but
I
like,
was just in a.
just me in that outfit
You
going
looked
on a
really cute.
but like going on a party bus, just the two of us, just dumb. It
We
wasn't.
have a picture. We do have a picture from that night before we got on to the the bus. So we get to the strip club, and it's our first time at the strip club. This is a lot of first time files
Mm-hmm.
here. So first time I'm topless, first topless pool, first strip club.
It's our first experience.
Yeah.
So, spoiler, we did have experience.
Oh yeah, and so we're at the strip club, and we don't stay for very long. We didn't get a dance or anything, but we were still buzzing from what was happening with that couple, and we were still so excited to just get back to our room and have them come back and hang out. So we're not at the strip club for very long, and
No.
we leave. Go back on the party bus.
We go back.
Take us
We
back.
go back to our hotel. So we get back to our hotel room, and we're so horny, and just like we started talking about, earlier, like what happened, and you and her taking each other's clothes off and kissing, and it's like the sexiest thing. And so me and you start to fuck just because we're so horny. And it was fun. This is the first time, like, we've talked about these fantasies, but it was the first time kind of having that experience while like seeing something, like kind of somewhat having an experience, just watching you and her. And then we get a knock on the door.
And we're naked. And yeah, they come over. And so we open the door and I'm like, should I put something on or should I open it naked? So I open the door we have no clothes on. And then they get on the bed and they start fucking. So then we start having parallel sex or like parallel play on the same bed.
Yeah.
And this was like crazy too.
Yeah, it was like I'm watching you, but then I'm seeing this other girl fuck this guy next to me. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're having sex and they're looking at us and we're looking at them, and it's just like, holy shit, this is like what's happening?
Crazy.
Like, what's happening?
And at this point, we've talked we talked a little bit with them about like how we wanted. We thought that we wanted to swap. We talked about how we would be comfortable doing this with each other and having this experience together, the four of us. And that's why we got the room for the next night. And we weren't planning on swapping that night, but we weren't planning on having parallel play next to each other either. We didn't really know what was going to happen. I thought maybe they would just come over and we would just hang out. But
yeah, I didn't know. But that's what happened. And then after we both finished fucking, she came over and made out with me. And that was the second girl I'd ever kissed. I made out with this girl that I just watched have sex with her husband while I was having sex with my wife. Like, that was the second makeout session of all time. The second kiss of all time.
Second makeout session with another person.
Well, yeah, I've kissed you more than once at that point. But I was like, this is crazy. Like, what is my life? Like, this is the craziest thing of all time. We go to bed, wake up the next morning.
This one, I actually can't believe that we did this because we went to bed and they stayed the night next to us.
Yeah.
And we never do that now. And we've never done that again. And I don't think I would feel comfortable doing that again. But that is a crazy thing that we did.
Yeah. Like, I just laid next to you and I was like in the middle, and I believe he was next to me, and then she was on the outside. So it was like me and him were next to each other, and I was next to you, and we just fell asleep.
I think we were all just like so tired too.
Yeah.
Because I don't even remember. I don't even really like splitting rooms with people usually. And so the fact that we just slept on this bed together, it was a king size bed, but I mean, that's not like that big.
Yeah.
I think we were just so tired and like there's so much adrenaline.
Yeah.
I didn't even like wake up until the next morning.
I did.
Oh, you did?
And I had to like crawl over you, and it was just weird. Not weird, but just like
yeah, no, because we don't ever do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wake up the next morning.
Yeah.
And this is like to this day we still quote this, but housekeeping came and was knocking on the door, and they were like, housekeeping. We're like, oh my god, what do we do? We're all naked, the four of us. What do we do? And then the other guy, he goes, housekeeping.
I don't know why he
I think we were all just like,
I didn't know what to do.
We were just stupid and young. Anyway, so we get all of our stuff, like and they drove. They had their own car. We had our own car, and we were going to meet at Treasure Island. We go park at Treasure Island. We have all of our stuff, and then this is where it goes downhill because we go check in. But there's so many people at Treasure Island, and we actually stayed at Treasure Island again this past September 25, when we went to that wedding.
We did it on purpose.
On purpose,
so we could actually stay at Treasure Island.
It's
not even like the coolest hotel.
No,
or anything.
it's not.
It's fine. Like, it's not a bad hotel. It's like a nice hotel, but we were like, I want to go back and stay at Treasure Island since it got taken from us. Because why did they get taken from us?
Well, he didn't get taken from us, but we go in to check in, and then they're like, "Oh, we don't have your reservation." And I was like, "Well, no, I have it right here." Like, I showed them everything, and they're like, "Oh, we canceled it because the name on the credit card didn't match." So I put like either Jase's name and my credit card number, or like vice versa. So it was just, and we share like all of our bank stuff, and so I just like didn't think about it. You know, like both of our names weren't on the card at that time. So they canceled the room. So we had nowhere to stay, and we're trying to call all of the. I was like, "Well, is there anything else available?" And they're like, "No, nothing's available." And this is what EDC is happening right now. So there's like a shit ton of people checking in, and this is like 11 o'clock when everybody's trying to, or not 11 o'clock, but like, you know,
3?
like the time where you're
Probably
supposed
3 o'clock
to
or so.
check in. And then so we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And so we're like, well, but we want to like hang out. We want this to happen, and we're like calling everywhere. And then me and her start crying because we had like we had all of our stuff, and we're like lugging it around multiple hotels at this point trying to get a room. And then we're just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And then we end up getting a room at the Riviera, which is the first hotel on the Vegas Strip ever.
It's not there anymore.
And it's not there anymore. And it was a shitty ass hotel.
It looks also like what you would imagine your first swinger experience would be like in like the 70s, and like a bad, like it probably would have been nice in the 70s, but
Yeah.
now it was 30 years later, and 40 years later, and it hadn't been updated. Like the pool was full of trash. It was
When the pool didn't have water in it. It
yeah,
was just...
there's like some stuff in the bottom of the pool, like some chairs and random stuff just in the empty pool. Like it was not nice.
We opened up the window and we see the pool. And we're like, oh shit, let's close the blinds. So we do check in, and we have 2 beds.
Yeah.
And then the guys try to push the beds together.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we were still even feeling up to it at this
None
point.
of us felt that great, but I think we all wanted to happen so bad that we're like, you know what? Let's just have a couple drinks. Let's order a pizza.
Yeah, we ordered Domino's.
And so, yeah, we ordered Domino's, and we just were taking a couple shots, and we were just trying to just up the spirits, I think, at this point. And the spirits got upped.
They did. They got up.
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation, or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that we'll be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show.
This one, okay, so we're not going to go into like the play-by-plays of everything. Go listen to the other podcasts for that one. We're doing more just reminiscing it as a whole. And because we haven't talked about this experience in many, many, many years, at least not into this detail. But there was somehow me and him, we need to give them names. We'll call them, it's okay.
Yeah, we don't have to give them
Yeah, I was like, I
names.
don't want to think of a name right now.
Yeah, she and him.
Yeah, she and him. So me and the other husband, okay, so I don't know why, but we decide to go to the gift shop to try to go find snacks.
I think it's to buy condoms.
Oh, condoms, that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it's to go buy condoms.
And then, so we go down together, but we decide to go down together. And I still think to this day that was kind of crazy that we did that. To have, like, because we don't usually, like, ever play separate. And it's not that we were planning on playing separate or anything. Like, I knew you weren't going to fuck her. I think we even made the joke where you're like, don't start fucking until we get back.
Yeah.
But even just, like, us leaving together, I thought that was kind of crazy that we decided
That's
to
what
do
happens
that.
when you have no clue about anything.
Yeah. Now I would be like, we probably wouldn't have done that if that was our very first time.
No, like maybe with a friend that I knew, and like
Yeah.
that's fun or whatever. Like,
I mean, we were friends at this point.
but it was just a different vibe. It's totally different.
Definitely
vibe.
different vibe. But so we are waiting for the elevator, and I still to this day it's like I think this is why I have a thing for making out in elevators, because we get into the elevator and he pushes me to the wall and we start making out in this elevator until the next thing opens, and then we like. It's like a movie. Yeah, and then we like let go and this like family comes in or something. And I think that's why I have
an elevator thing.
An elevator kink, I guess you could say. Just kidding. I don't want to fuck in an elevator, but it was really hot. And then we are like, there's so much tension during this time. And you have to tell me what you guys were doing. Like, if you remember the time with her as like clearly as I remember.
I remember one to two things very clearly.
Okay. But just like having the tension, walking around together, like looking for the condoms or like looking for whatever else we were looking for, and then finding, and then we came back up. We didn't. I don't recall if we made out again in the elevator on the way back up, but it was that first time whenever we first got in the elevator that I was like, wow, hot.
So we were waiting for you guys. Me and her made out, just sitting on the bed. We made out. And then she took her top off. And I remember being like, isn't it so cool that we can be friends and have our own partners, but I can see your boobs? Like something really stupid like that, it was something along those lines. I don't remember the exact words. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember making out and her being topless and saying something stupid like that. But she was like, yeah.
Still, like the same thoughts though to this day. Like that is really cool. I think we have said that with other people before. Now. Yeah.
And so it's more of a reminiscing, but the part that I still feel like, just like you're saying with that, the part that comes to my mind the most when I think about the actual swapping. So the beds are like semi together, but I don't think we could get them completely together. And it was just kind of a little bit off. And we're naked, and me and her on one bed, and you guys are naked on the other bed.
Yeah.
And she kind of gets on top of me. And we had talked about it, right? We had said we were going to have sex. We had said we were going to do all this. We said we were ready. We had all these conversations that happened. But she like kind of gets on top of me and we start making out. And then she grabs my dick, and she's on top of me, and she grabs my dick and just slides me into her. And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my God, I'm having sex with someone who's not my wife. I'm having sex with someone who's my wife. I was like, this is hot, but is this okay? And then and I knew it was because we had talked about it, but still it's the same thought. You're like, well, we said it was, but is it? Like I think I'm having fun, but are you okay? And then you two go, are you guys fucking? And we're like, yeah. And you're like, well, then we should start fucking. And then
Exactly.
And then you guys start fucking.
And he's like, we start missionary first, but I do remember like, cause we were just making out heavily.
Yeah. And
then looking over, and then I do remember we both look over like, are you guys fucking?
Yeah. Anyways, we did so many different positions. I remember getting my first double blow job, and this is just the craziest shit ever. And I was like, ah. And it was so sexy fun. So listen back to that first story time if you want to hear like a play-by-play. But the experience concludes, and it was so much fun. But I feel like where we kind of need to move to next is the next day when we're going home, because this is when the conversations happen. Because
I feel like we should talk about just after the experience too, like right after we finish like fucking each other, because we didn't know how it was going to be, and again, I don't know how it made sense that we got a room together, but thinking back on it, imagine I don't think like it worked out perfectly for us, but it could have so easily gone south.
Oh, so bad.
Because we were not forced, but we had one room. we each were sharing this room together. Imagine if it didn't work out. I think we were just so comfortable with each other at this point, and we talked about, even with the four of us were like, hey, if any of this feels weird, if any of us, even one of us, like, feels uncomfortable, we're just gonna stop. And then just, like, we don't have to keep going.
Yeah.
Nothing, like,
Don't have to
then we'll
feel
just,
bad, like, it is,
yeah,
it
don't
is
feel,
what it is.
And so I think that's why we all felt so comfortable, knowing that it was, like, okay, and we felt safe, because it was a safe space. How we became that close after 24 hours, I don't know. But I can't imagine now talking about having a first experience and then splitting a hotel room with this couple that we didn't know if we were gonna fuck. How it was our first experience ever, and then waking up with them the next day still in the same room is crazy to me. So the fact that we did that, I still think is wild.
You know what's a crazy thing that I just thought about? Because I haven't thought about this story, like, in a long time. We fucked them twice. We fucked them 3 times. We fucked them a first time, a second time, and then she wanted to do DP. And so she got on top of me and was riding me, but then we'd already fucked so many times, he, like, couldn't quite get hard enough to go in her ass. So we didn't do DP. But that was the first, like, I mean, obviously it wasn't the first time we fucked it. The first 2 times we fucked it was more normal positions. But she's like, I always wanted to try DP. And so she rode me, and he just couldn't get it in because, I mean, we had been fucking for hours. Fair enough. And I just
crazy.
Completely,
First time.
I hadn't, like, I mean, I hadn't forgot about it. I just hadn't thought about it.
Dove right in. I can't believe that. That is wild.
It's crazy.
All of it was the way that it all just happened.
It just worked out so smoothly. And it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And, like, we felt so connected, and it was just like,
I remember looking at you, having sex with him and looking at you, and, like, that first time that happened. It's still, to this day, one of my favorite parts of any lifestyle experience is when we connect with our eyes, and then also when we touch too.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, looking at you and, like, telling you I love you when, like, someone else is in me and you're in someone else. It's just so hot.
it is. I always love, like,
I feel so connected to you in those moments.
Yeah, we did it a month ago. That was our last experience, and I was fucking somebody, and at that time, you were fucking somebody, and we just look over and just, like, smile and love each other, and it's like,
I said I love you. We said I love you to each other, and then the other guy who was there, that story of Tam hasn't come out yet, but he was like, "That's so hot," and I was like, "That is hot."
and it's just that look of, like, love and, like, seeing your partner having fun, you're having fun, but, like, the whole thing is just sexy. But that first night, you're sitting there and you're watching your partner, and you realize all things you've talked about are sexy. They are hot. Like, I did like watching my wife with somebody else. I was having fun with this girl. It's like, it's all of those hypotheticals that you played, like, coming to fruition and feeling even more excited and having more fun than you even thought. And, like, feeling those things where it's like, I knew that we would like it, but, like, I didn't know that it would make me feel that much more connected to you. I didn't know that it would make me feel that much deeper in love with you. Like, if you listen to our podcast and maybe haven't had an experience, you probably heard us say, like, how it can make you feel more connected. It makes you feel more in love. But at that point, I'd never heard any of those things. Like, I didn't know what any of this was. And so I wasn't expecting that per se. Like, I thought this was a fun experience that, like, we would enjoy together. But that's why, I guess, whenever we get to the drive home part where we can even talk more about those feelings. But
yeah, well, I just thought that it was going to be a fun, sexy, crazy experience that we would do one time and just see what it was like, because we've never been with anybody else other than each other. Like, kiss each other. Well, like, Jase had not kissed anybody else except for me. And the first one me kiss, he fucked. That is crazy.
Yeah, and I also fucked her the day after I kissed her for the first time.
Yeah.
And the first kiss was literally when she was naked after we just parallel played. Which we didn't know what that was called. We just had sex next to each other is what we did. We didn't parallel play. We had sex next to each other.
We had no idea any of this. So I can't, it is crazy to me that it all worked out so perfectly that we were still comfortable the next day with each other.
Yeah.
All 4 of us. And so then it was time to go, we leave. And then it did get a little bit weird because, so we had a very long drive home from.
Oh, I have one more thing before the drive. One of the parts that also clearly sticks with my head, and this becomes a thing that I realize is such a true aspect of the lifestyle, but at this point, once again, I didn't know. We're both parked on like this rooftop parking garage, so we have to walk to our cars, and we're saying goodbye, and it's like you don't know what to do. And we're all standing there, like me and her like kiss, and then you and him kiss, and we're like I don't know, is that what you're supposed to do? Like, what do you do in this situation? And like, if you guys don't know, like, it's very normal in the lifestyle to kiss friends. Whether like, there's tons of friends that I feel like lots of time I see them, I kiss them. Not like making out, like you just kiss people sometimes. And you kiss people, a lot of time though, you will make out with people like after you leave an experience. I feel like that's very normal.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and like, we none of us knew. And that's just something else I wanted to mention in there, because we were on this rooftop parking lot, just kissing somebody else, and then we got in our car and I'm like, holy shit.
Like, what the fuck just happened? But
should we talk about the part that is a little bit stranger? Talk about the, because I feel like
I think we should just talk about
how we were feeling right then, and then the strange part.
No, I think we should just talk about the strange part now.
Okay.
It's not okay.
Well, I think that before the strange part, I think that we need to talk about this part.
Okay.
So we have almost a 20-hour drive home from Vegas to Oklahoma. And so we get in the car and we start talking. And this is when we have that conversation of realizing,
Yeah.
I feel, is it just me, but do I somehow feel like I love you even more? And like, do you feel like our sexual connection is even better? And do you feel like I just desire you even more, and like I love you deeper, and like I feel more connected? Like, that was fun. Like I enjoyed the sexy part, but like I'm getting all these other things that weren't just the sex part. Like, I'm getting all these other benefits, whereas we had talked, just like Bella said, we thought it was going to be a sexy experience, which it was. But then we realized all these layers of like emotion, of connection between us outside of that sexy part. And then also the sexy parts that were also sexy. And that's when we both said, and I don't remember who said it first, but along the lines of, if you wanted to, I feel like I would like to have more experiences like that. Like, I would like to see if there's more places like that. Like, I want to have more experiences like this, because, well, not only was it fun, but I feel more in love. I feel deeper connection. I feel all of these amazing benefits that came from this experience. If you want to do that, I feel like I would. And we both said yes. And I think that's why it's important before this next part happens.
Yeah. It was the feeling, and we still feel it now, but it's the feeling of craving each other so much after an experience like this.
And not even just sexual.
Yeah. No, not just sexual, like just wanting to like, I just wanted to like hug you and be close to you and cuddle you and just
and also
be in love. Yeah, and also have sex. But it wasn't only sexual. And it was a very interesting experience, or a very interesting feeling to have, not knowing that this is what the lifestyle really does. You know, like, this is what happens every time for us, for lots and lots and lots of couples in the lifestyle. You'll hear how an experience will make that couple's relationship better or closer, or like open up something. And it's just being able to be so vulnerable with other people and then with each other. It's just, it was a really crazy thing to see for the first time.
Yeah. And then also that first reminiscing pillow talking about the experience again, and being like, that was so hot. And like, because we and you talked afterwards, but since we were staying in the same room as them, we didn't get to have these just like open dialogue conversations. I was like, I loved watching you with him. Like, and also like I enjoyed having sex with her. Like, so it was like not only the other connection, but the sexy parts too, where it's like everything was firing on all cylinders.
And we were able to do the play-by-play with each other and be like, oh, what were you doing with her when I was doing this? And we literally did like a play-by-play exactly, and just being able to relive that. And we were having so much fun.
Yeah.
And then And then the other couple, they text us. And we're first texting and just being like, oh my gosh, that was so fun. Like, we had such an amazing time. And then they asked if we wanted to be their only couple.
And this is maybe 3 hours for us after we left. We still have 14 hours left on this drive. And first of all, we don't live in the same state. We live nowhere close to each other.
No.
And me and you had just had this conversation of, I want to explore this more. I want to have this experience with more people. I want to continue to grow and see where this goes. And so to get a text that says, we want to be your only couple, it felt a little jarring, especially because we just felt so connected to them. And we were like, no, that's not something we're interested in because we're wanting to explore this more.
Well, also, we're just not even just wanting to explore it more, just we're not interested in being in a relationship with anybody else. Like, how logistically, how would that even work? I think
also gonna say, I don't know if they were also just saying like, well, we can have these more sexual experiences together whenever we're together. I don't know how they meant to do that.
I don't know.
It was still just, it was a lot.
It was a lot, yeah. It was a lot for us to take in and navigate after feeling so, I guess, on a high. And we were like, oh shit, like, what are we supposed to, I guess, so the experience was amazing, but there was like kind of a crazy part to that too.
But we told them, we were honest, we're like, no, that's not something that would like, we don't want to do that. Like, this is something we want to explore together. And, we had a great time. We still want to be friends. If we ever are in the same area, we'd love to hang out again.
And they weren't weird about it or anything. They were just like, oh yeah, we completely understand.
But the strange thing that happened was we add each other on Facebook. And at this point, we just had like our vanilla Facebook. It's not like a joint account together like we have now. And we
were nobody knew this about us, like that we were doing lifestyle stuff or that.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
It just happened.
And that
first time?
Yeah. We were very sheltered,
All of our friends are on these, like all of our college friends, all of our
high
parents.
school friends, family,
everybody.
And this is back on Facebook when you posted something on someone's wall or comments or something, it like shows to every single person, to everyone's feed. And he posted a video of a turtle like coming, like having sex and coming or something.
And he said something like us.
I can't.
LOL.
I don't know.
There was something that was just odd, and
so
that was a lot, especially being a couple who didn't know much, and like it was our first experience. It was all these things of so new. We didn't know what the lifestyle was like. I remember on that drive home, we looked up. You said, "Is this swingers?"
Yeah.
Like, and you were Googling it while I was driving. You're like, there's swingers clubs in Dallas. Like, we could always go to one of those. But we're like, is this swingers? Is like that what we're doing is having sex with other couples? Like, is that swingers? And
like continuously like doing it more. Because I knew what we did was technically swinging, like swapping. Because we did like look up, oh, this is a couples club, like the one in Vegas.
Yeah,
but we didn't know that it was a whole community and that
it was normal.
Yeah.
That it was like, that we weren't like, so no, I felt like we were like, are we some weird people? Like, are we out of place? Like, is this an odd thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember feeling that way anyway, where it was like so taboo from the way I grew up of like, you're supposed to do everything by this book. Like,
I mean, it's still very taboo, to the everyone else. But I didn't know that it was as open as, I didn't know the community was as big and as open as
exactly.
It is. That's I think what we were trying to get to.
Yeah, because I thought there was just like a couple random of us, couple people out here. I didn't know it was gonna be like I guess I just wasn't expecting like full clubs, and there's cruises and there's everywhere, it's across the world, and like it makes sense that there is, but it just felt like, especially just being so young and so naive to the world, that it just felt absolutely like mind-boggling. But that was pretty much the experience, and I felt like we kind of talked about all of the things that like we loved so much about it and the connection and what we were feeling. But is there anything that you would have done differently, or?
I know I wouldn't have wanted to. It's hard to say because I love how it turned out, and it ended up working out for us. Now, kind of knowing about the lifestyle and how it could have really gone bad. We shouldn't have got a room together. We definitely should have got separate rooms.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, like me and you not going together, or all four of us not going together to like go down to get the condoms, probably like that new in the lifestyle journey,
Yeah.
probably all going together. So we're all together, all making sure everyone knows what's going on with everyone, probably would have been a better idea.
For their first time ever, yeah. Now, like when you're with like other people, or if you've been in the lifestyle for a while, or if you've like been friends, I guess it doesn't have
That's
to be.
like probably
be in the
super
lifestyle for a
normal
while.
though. That's like,
Yeah.
oh, I made out with this person earlier while we were in the elevator. You're like, oh, hot. Like it's not like some
Yeah, it's just because it was
crazy
our
thing
first
now,
time.
but because it's the first time, that's
And
why.
separating after before even our first experience was, I don't know. I don't think we would have done that.
That's something else. And so, I mean, I'm sure that I would have liked being in a nicer room.
Well, yeah.
But it's like you, like the experience is such a beautiful memory. Like, even thinking back on it, like all of those things were so great that I wouldn't want to change it because I cherish the memory so much. But recommending wise, I agree with you. Those are things I would have definitely done differently if it was our first experience. I could tell someone, hey, you have the option of not staying in the same room with them. Go for that one.
Yeah.
And you have the option of not staying at Riviera, staying at Treasure Island. Put in the right credit card information. Like those.
We have never made that mistake again. We always like triple, quadruple check to make sure the credit card matches the name.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, but it was such a beautiful experience and memory, and that's why we're such big proponents of advocating this lifestyle, because we know how much it's changed our relationship and how many amazing things it's added, for us, and why we want people to be educated so they can have amazing first experiences. Because I think if our experience would have went bad, we would have never done it again. And now look, it's been literally 11
years.
almost, this is coming on 12 years. This summer will be 12 years. So
No, 11 years. Because we did in 2014.
Yeah,
Oh, it's 2026.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I forgot. I thought it was 25. Oh my gosh. Yeah, almost 12 years is crazy.
So that's why I said we're such big advocates of like people having amazing first experiences and showing people how amazing this community really is, because it is incredible. And
not saying that if you do have a bad first experience that you can't come back and like have a great second experience and then grow from it, but I think if we didn't have a great first experience and not had any information out there, like at that point, like I don't know what we would have done. We probably just would have never
Gone
touched
back
it
to our
again.
life. Yeah, most likely.
And just
like
So
that was
that's why
that one crazy memory that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Like literally
Yeah.
but what stays in Vegas is on a podcast for us
Yeah.
twice.
many times.
Yeah, so
But yeah, like I said, so it's not like you have to have a great first experience. And if you do have a bad first experience, doesn't mean that you can't come back and then have an amazing experience in the lifestyle in general.
Oh,
But
100%.
I am just really thankful that ours turned out that way. And
yeah. I should clarify. I guess like more what I was saying is like having the knowledge of the things that you should try to set in place so your experience does go well.
yeah, you're just
That what I think is what's important is like I wish I would have known even more so that we probably I said putting better putting better like
it's like a better chance for you to have
success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a big risk the way that we did it.
Yeah.
And luckily it worked out for us, but there was a big chance that it wouldn't have worked out that
Yeah.
way. And but I wouldn't change it.
No.
But I probably would have changed it if it would turned out bad. So it's kind of like hard to say with
Yeah.
that. But it was really fun reminiscing back on this and talking about our so many firsts.
The origin
so
story.
many. That's the beginning of our lore, guys. Well, kind of.
Not the beginning of our
Yeah.
lore, but the beginning of our lifestyle lore.
Kind of, though, because there was more to that. Because I would say the beginning of our lifestyle lore started with watching porn together.
I guess that's
First
true.
time.
But I guess as far as
Yeah.
the epicenter of the first experience of where everything happened was
Exactly.
in Vegas. But there you have it. That was the first time files. I love doing these. I think they're so fun to think back about all the cool experience we've had. And this was the one I think I was the most excited to record whenever I came with the idea of like going back and thinking about first.
Yeah.
This was the one I was the most excited to record because I said where it all started. So, well, anyway, there's that. So let's go ahead though and jump into Belle and Jase's weekly obsessions. Would you like to go first?
Yes, my weekly obsession is, so Jace put me on to this one more. Okay, well, it's a specific song by Olivia Dean, and it's called I've Seen It. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful song. It is the last song on her newest album. And you just have to listen. You have to listen to it and listen to the words. I recommend to watch the lyric video the very first time that you listen to this song. And it's just about love, and it's so short, and I wish it was longer. It's such an interesting song cuz there's no repeat, there's no chorus. So it's almost just a poem. Like
It's a really beautiful
it's
song.
so beautiful. And Jace has been obsessed with Olivia Dean. I'm assuming that she's probably your weekly obsession, her album and her music in general. And yeah, now I heard that song, and her music sounds so familiar. Everything that she sings, it just feels like it's been a part of my life, the entirety of my life. It's like I've just known her music forever. And I think that's such a special thing that she's able to do with her music and her voice. But that's my first one. My second obsession is I've got back into journaling. But with me, I don't like having a ton of items around me. So I like junk journaling. I like the end result of junk journaling, but I don't like having to have tape and the stickers and papers and all a ton of different pens and markers and all of that. Like it stresses me out even just thinking about it. So I really enjoy journaling on my iPad. And I was a big user of GoodNotes back in the day. I think I've been using GoodNotes since like college days, but I went through in 2023, I was like really into digital journaling, and I just picked it back up, and I have been really, really liking that and making spreads and stuff and just having it digitally. I think as like a graphic designer mind too, it just comes a lot easier to me that way, and I don't feel so overwhelmed with stuff, but I could still decorate. And that's been really fun. I've been liking just journaling my day, making spreads about those, and doing like a media journal, like reading journal, movie journal, those kinds of things. And yeah, those are mine. What are yours?
You are right. One is The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean, which is the album that I've Seen It is on. And so I remember one of my obsessions one time was Man I Need by Olivia Dean was one of my obsessions. The first time I ever heard that song, I just felt like captivated. Like I just feel like it feels like the perfect sunshiny Saturday morning in a song. Like, it's just, there's something about her voice that I've told about. Like I think she has like a generational voice. Like it reminds me of the way like Aretha Franklin voice makes me feel. Like there's just something so special and so like, I don't know how to describe it, but like I just feel like emotional listening to her voice. And I listened to a couple of her songs and I had enjoyed them, but I never sat down and listened to her album like fully through. I don't know why, I just never had. And she won, we watched the Grammys last week and she won New Artist of the Year. And I was like, you know what? Why? I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. The other songs I've heard by her, I love. Like, why haven't I just sat down and listened to this album? And so I listened to The Art of Loving and I think it's incredible. Like, and it's her voice. It's so special. The lyrics, like Bella said, there's so many beautiful lyrics in the album itself. And it's also, like you said, like I feel like I've heard these songs 1,000 times, even though I've only heard them once. Like, they just feel like they've been part of my life. And I don't know how to describe that with really anyone else's music, but it's just, I don't know. It feels like it transcends time. And I'm obsessed. So The Art of Loving by Olivia Dean, I would highly, highly recommend listening to. And I feel like it's the kind of music also that I feel like most people would like it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's some music that is more niche. I understand people don't like everything. I feel like anyone in the world could listen to her sing and this type of music and just be like, at least that's subjectively good. So I'm really happy she won New Artist of the Year because I think it's so deserving. My other obsession is a show called The Beauty. And it's this show essentially about like if you could, like, I think they phrased it in the trailer as like, if you could take this pill that would make you instantly beautiful with no effort, like would you do it? And it reminds me of American Horror Story, and I think Ryan Murphy's who did it, which is who did American Horror Story, and so it feels, and Evan Peters is even in it, so it just feels
Yeah.
like a offshoot of like
feels like
American Horror Story, but it's fun, and I've really been enjoying it. It's Ashton Kutcher, and I said Evan Peters, and there's the guy from what's that? Shaking Your Ass for like half for the Heights, the
yeah.
West Side Story guy.
I can't remember his name.
And there's a couple of people, but it's a really good cast and it's a really good show. So that's the one I've been enjoying is The Beauty. That was a really fun podcast to just go back and relive. But thank you guys so much for listening to this, and we'll go ahead and hit you guys with the outro. Bye!
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!